everybody, and welcome to our Thursday morning edition of Title Talk. I am your host, Drew, and I'm here with, always, our co-host, Amy.
Hi, guys.
And we have a special guest here today. Yay!
Talk in the middle.
She waves. We're not going to give her any name. We're not even going to introduce you. This is Rhonda. She is a Roxanne. I knew that. I knew that. I was looking and reading. This is Roxanne, and she is a realtor with, go ahead and tell us.
Village
Realty. Yes, outstanding. And she's going to come here today and talk to us about some great fun things that she's been doing. And we're going to talk a little bit about the market. We're going to go through our fun facts and talk a little bit about our
Normal Thursday
Inspired Gives Back and
Yeah.
question and answers and all those great things. So we're going to just kick right off and get this thing going and start asking Roxanne questions
After
right out of the
question,
gate.
after question, after.
We're just gonna, it's gonna be like an interrogation, and she's gonna love us. So, thank you for joining us. First of all, it's really great to see our
A
people.
new and friendly face.
Yeah, it's people
cool.
who kind of chat with us on our Title Talks, and then they become guests. It was like last week to boom now,
It
right?
was.
This is outstanding. So, before we kind of get really deep into things, I'm always intrigued by what excites you to get you into this market. Like, how did you want to become a realtor?
So,
Right.
I guess I'd always kind of had held positions that kind of were in the realm. So in college, I studied housing,
Okay.
housing patterns throughout Chicago.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really neat.
So I actually, my degree's in public policy. So
Okay.
I studied, housing policy, things like that. And then
How neat is that?
in my career, I've typically held positions. So I worked as a case manager for a homeless prevention agency.
Very cool.
And then I was a program manager for folks in SILAs, which are community integrated living arrangements for folks
Wow.
with disabilities in the community.
Holy cow.
So,
That's cool.
yeah, it's awesome, but, it's social services.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's really fulfilling, but I got really burnt out.
Yep.
Lots and lots of long hours.
Yeah.
So.
And you can't do that forever.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
no,
and
for sure.
I'm like an emotional person, so if I like that.
Oh yeah, it takes a toll on you.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I was like, okay, when I was looking for a kind of shift in career,
Yeah.
real estate just kind of seemed like a smooth transition.
Wow. That
We'll need to
That's
talk more
deep.
about that off of
yeah. Because I
that's
think there's
really
some
intriguing.
interesting opportunities with what we do as partnering with some of these different ventures that we're trying to do with Inspired Title Gives Back. I mean, you have
Yes.
some history in that and some background in that. That's interesting. We were talking a little bit off camera and just getting to know Roxanne a little bit more and kind of finding out more about her. But she held that one for this,
Yeah.
which is great.
I know.
Nice drop.
Talk about a
That-
sideswipe.
Yeah, that's like a mic drop and walk out.
I
I'm done. There's nothing more to say. That was pretty strong.
That's
So
one of the things that kept me interested in listening when I was watching Title Talk. I was like, oh my gosh, these philanthropic efforts, that's awesome.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah.
That's so
yes,
cool.
the philanthropic efforts, we're standing by. We're going to talk about that some more too. So, what would you give? What kind of advice would you give to some of the newer agents that maybe want to get into the market as to the how-to and things to do like that?
Okay, so I have a couple different things.
Good.
I think it's so important. First of all, I think the number one thing that I tell people, I've actually had a few calls from relatives or friends or whatever that will just call and ask me about certain things. And I think the first thing would be when you're interviewing with brokerages, yes, they're interviewing you, but
Yeah.
it's important to see it as an opportunity for you to interview them. Because you really want to make sure that you're going to be you're going to fit
A
in
good
there, you're
fit,
gonna like
right.
everything, right?
For
So
sure.
I think it's super important to have specific questions that you want them to answer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe interview with a few different places, right? And then do some comparison.
Yeah.
And see,
I
maybe
think
No,
that's a
that
very good idea.
yeah.
When we had
That
Matt
sounds-
Barsick here, he said the same exact thing. So it's
Yeah.
crazy that's a common thread among realtors. Like, make sure you find what's best for you, not just
And there's a lot of
what's best for
different
them.
Absolutely.
opportunities out there. They offer different things, right? And different agencies, different brokers have different programs, right? And how they help you guys as realtors, right? So that's interesting, and I think that's a very good point.
Yeah.
And I think that's some valuable knowledge for you guys if you're considering to get into the real estate market. Everybody just thinks it's HGTV and I can make millions right out of the gate, and it is.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, right, exactly. We'll put the disclaimer above the head that says, this is really not happening.
This is a lie.
Yeah, this is really not happening. So, and something else that is interesting that I side note to that is when people, I think people come to us for sure, probably to a realtor as well, with expectations of saying, well, I saw this on TV. They open it up with that comment and conversation of, well, they did it like this.
And it's
Why
almost
can't you?
Yeah, and it's so hard to break that from, to
Yeah.
take that away from somebody's brains when they're like,
The
but,
habit.
but this is how it happened. But this is what I
Right.
saw.
Yeah, that is so true. So again, we are getting to know our guest, which is Roxanne from the wonderful Village Realty. That leads me to, this is your favorite topic. So.
Inspired Title gives back. This is
Bum, bum.
the only reason I'm still working here. No, I'm just kidding. It's it's
Good to know.
Yeah, so this month's focus is for Paws. That's what our give back is going to. The Paws in Tinley Park. Our philanthropist Carol has been in contact with them, so we're kind of hoping to wiggle out something where we can actually go and do a show from there in a couple of
Yeah.
weeks. And they are closed right now.
Due to COVID, yes.
Due to COVID, so they don't want people like in and out, but there's still always people working there. So if you are looking to adopt,
Yeah.
there are some really cute cats
Oh,
that need some
I
loving
know.
and some. Oh my gosh!
It's the time of the year that people can't afford the food for animals. They can't
Yeah.
afford their home and things. So what happens is the animals are usually the first ones to go, and they release these animals, and thankfully these shelters are around to help pick them up. And
Yeah.
we're happy to be able to donate to the shelter.
We got
And-
our first donation this week.
Yeah, we've got a couple of them. Yeah.
Christine from next door, who works with
Eileen.
Eileen Curlin Walsh
Yeah.
Law, she brought over a gift card for us
Thank
for
you
Target.
so much.
So Christine, I know you watch us at night usually, but thank you so much. It's so appreciated.
Thank you so much for that.
So what else do they need? Gift cards from Target, Chewy, and Amazon. That's where they buy puppy food and all that fun stuff.
Mhm.
They need the puppy piddle pads because puppies are messy and go
Yes,
everywhere.
they are.
Kitten and puppy food, and hand sanitizer, paper towels, laundry soap, medium dog collars, and 13-gallon and 33-gallon garbage bags. So some
Nice.
of it's for the puppies, some of it's for the cleanup, but
Yeah. We're probably going to have our philanthropist on next week, kind of talking a little bit more about it, because we are hoping the week of Christmas, the week of the 20th, to get out to Paws, do our live show from there, have a representative from Paws come on and talk about them and what
Yeah.
they're doing, and we'll give our donation during that time. We're also going to be doing some, we'll probably set up a day, which we're going to announce, where we have our office open.
Yeah.
And you can come by anytime, but we're going to have a specific Saturday maybe that we have our office open, where you can come out and drop off any kind of donations, any of these things that Amy had listed. We'll have
bring your
those listed.
puppies, bring your kitties.
Yeah, definitely. Bring out your dogs.
Your furry
and,
friends.
Happy to, any kind of furry friend.
Except for gerbils.
That was the one I was going to, yeah, right.
Look what I brought.
Your gerbil on a leash.
Well, I got bit by a chinchilla once. So I'm
See, now those are fun facts. Why are those not in the fun fact thing?
Yeah.
See?
one of my best friends growing up.
Bit by a
Yeah,
gerbil?
a chinchilla.
What's the difference?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's and so he had this. My really good friend Brian growing up had a chinchilla that was like a little fur ball, right? So of course you want to pet it. This thing has teeth that are like rabbit's teeth.
They're really that big? That was bigger than the body you represented.
No,
Yeah.
the body is this big.
Okay.
The teeth were this big, and it like freaking bit my finger, and like I had to shake it off. It was so. Please don't bring chinchillas, Brian. Brian Douglas, if you're out there, I'm still very angry at you for
Oh,
that.
you called them out.
I called him out. That was like I was like 9 years old at the time, and like I didn't want to
Wow.
pet cats or dogs after
Maybe
that.
Brian's in therapy for that.
He should be.
I mean, wow.
I'm just kidding.
That is-
No, but
Wow, our social media minute ran off the
I am
tracks.
so sorry for that segue. It's been a long month.
But please do,
Yeah.
we're actually given to the Paws organization, and we're taking these donations. So we're gonna set up a Saturday maybe where we open up our office and you guys come out and drop off some of your donations, and we'll bring them over there the week of Christmas. I know they're looking forward to seeing us. I know they're sad that we can't, go on a tour
yeah.
or even kind of have some pets on the show with us, which they wanted to do for us. But
Yeah.
we'll let Carol talk a little bit more about that.
Maybe we'll go there when
next
all
week.
this slows down.
Yeah,
as a-
just visit.
Yeah.
But here again, and then I think coming up after that, we're going to be doing a coat
Coat
drive
drive?
in January,
Blood.
and our blood drive in February.
Mhm.
Based on the fact that we are just getting inundated with the need for blood
Yeah.
through this whole COVID
Yeah.
thing. So we're excited about these things, and we're building
Yeah.
on. We're gonna have a big announcement for another big a big event that we're gonna be doing, and
Aw.
we're putting that all together. So stay tuned for some announcements on that as well. But our Inspired Title Gives Back is very important to us. It's something that I think as the owner of this company, this is something that I wanted to really instill in the team that I have and the community that we work in to this is more than just a job where you come in and you put in your 8 hours, you punch the clock and you leave. I want to take away something from this, and the takeaway for us is, what are we doing in the community? What are we doing to impact other people's lives? I mean, we're thankful and blessed that we have a job and we're doing something and we're helping people in the business. However, what about outside in the community where there's really the need, where there's people that are just struggling every day? And as a business owner, that's something that's very important to me, and it's something that I want to bring to the community and get recognition for helping out, because there's just a need and there's a want for that. And Amy's jumped on it very quickly and she's excited about it, and I think the rest of our team is starting to really feel that movement and vision. So we're excited about these things coming up for 2021. And,
Absolutely.
I don't want to leave that on a sad note, but it's these are tough times come the holidays, and it's just been a tough year for everybody.
Yeah.
And we talked about all these good things today, and we talk about all the positive stuff, which is great. We want you to understand that you got to keep that positive attitude and that positive mojo going, because you get caught up in the negative so quickly.
Yeah.
So this has really been a good time. I thank you so much
Thank you for
for
coming.
joining us here today. If you guys want to get a hold of Roxanne, like I said, we will absolutely have her contact information and all of her vitals to post and on YouTube and Facebook. Please get a hold of her and your real estate needs. You can always get a hold of us here at Inspired Title. We are the title company that cares, and we are the title company of the ages. We can't predict the future, but we can certainly protect you from it, and that is something that we've been talking a little bit about. But next week, we're going to have our philanthropist on to talk more about the Inspired Title Gives, and you certainly don't want to miss that. Until next week, thank you again, Roxanne, for joining us. My name is Drew.
And my name is Amy.
Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Bye.